Dear children, in the previous video we have solved this problem which is on the screen, in which we need to define one class num. Along with this, some member functions we have defined, and one of the member function was recursive, which was int sum power int I. Now in this video we are going to arrange the element of the string array lengthwise using a recursive function void arrange lengthwise, this one. And here you just see what is the question in which we have to arrange the length elements of the string lengthwise, string array lengthwise. It is not a string, it is a string array lengthwise, and the words with the same length will be arranged alphabetically. So here, suppose the input is India my country, then it is my India country. So using a recursive function here, which is this one void arrange lengthwise. Now you just go through the specification of the class in which you have to define a class str array, and these are the data members, these are the member functions, these are the functions which we have to define. And now just start defining these. So first of all, you just make a class str array, and now here just str array. First of all, import this package, and here we have to define some member functions, which is string arr and int size. String arr, and here it is int size, string arr, and here it is n. So size goes to n and arr is equals to new string, which is size. So in this, first of all, we have to define, we have defined the constructor. Now we have to define input and display. So in order to define input and display, here void input, enter array elements, and that is which will go from 0 to less than size, and arr of I is ss.next line. This is what the function for input. And here void display, this is another one, which is the array is so for int 0 till less than size and I plus plus, and here arr of I. This is what we have defined. Now for this ss.next line, which is the ss, basically here ss is representing the object of the scanner class. So it will be better if we define the scanner class here. This is the object of the scanner class, which is ss. So always define the scanner class here or buffer reader class here in such questions, because in input function you will be needing this scanner class object. At the same time, you will be needing this scanner class object in the main method also. Enter the size of the array. So that is n is ss.nextInt. And since the name of the class is str array, it means that you need to define the object of the class str array obj new str array, and here passing n. So when you call this function, then it will be useful. And here one more problem with this scanner I will explain you. Suppose here the size of the array is 5, and here it is A, it is B, it is C, it is D. So you see that there are 5 elements. The size of the array was 5, but here this input function is receiving only 4 elements. Why not 5? Actually what happens, this scanner class is a high level stream, and when you input integer values along with the string, some problem is there. So how to rectify that problem? So one solution is just in place of scanner just declare buffer reader class. And if you don't want to define buffer reader, then with the scanner only there is a solution for that. New scanner, I'm just defining a temporary object here, new scanner system.in, then you just write next line. Now see whether it works or not. Suppose the size is 5 and here it is A B C D and E. Now the problem is solved. So here just define a temporary instance here and use. So it will be always safe if you define the scanner class object right here after the class declaration. And now after this you just define this obj.display you are calling. This is a state when you are printing the elements of the array without sorting, and here after that if you see another function which is arrange lengthwise, this function you need to define arrange lengthwise. Okay, so here I'm going to define this function. So here arrange lengthwise function, and here I need to pass two parameters which is 0 comma 0, and this is actually called by reference, so elements will be sorted and after the sorting we will be displaying this array. So this is the body of the main method, and now I'm going to define the function obj arrange lengthwise. So here void arrange lengthwise passing int I comma int j. No need to pass the array here. No, we don't need the third parameter of array type because the array is already available as an instance variable here. So what we need to do is just we need to sort, and this function is recursive. So in the previous videos we have seen bubble sorting recursive method, so we will be using that only. So first of all we have to decide the base case. So if I is equals to size, then immediately return, where size is the capacity of the array. Else if j equals to size minus I minus 1, if this is the case then make function recursive. So arrange lengthwise, and here passing I comma I plus 1 comma 0 here. It means I get incremented and j again starts from 0. So when this second loop terminates, this is the condition for the termination of the second loop here, and here whenever it terminates, it is clearly it is obvious that I plus 1 will happen and this value will go in I, and here 0 will go in this variable j. Now here after that we have to check. So first of all we want to check lengthwise. So here we will be using if arr of j dot length, if arr of j dot length is more than arr of j plus 1 dot length. So here I'm checking lengthwise. So if this is the case, if arr of j dot length is more than this, so immediately we have to swap. So for swapping we have to write arr of j and arr of j is equals to arr of j plus 1, and arr of j plus 1 will be t. So this is the swapping we have done when we are arranging this lengthwise. Now see, so I want to check this. Suppose input is India, my is country. You see why problem is coming. Util mismatch exception. Okay, util mismatch. Okay, here size is 5, and here India, my is country. India is my country. Hello. So you see that lengthwise it is not arranging we have to check. Children, the problem was that here we have not made the function recursive. Here I need to call this function. I need to make this function recursive and j plus 1. Now check this. So here suppose the size of the array is 4 and here India, my is country. So it is arranging lengthwise. But here one small change I would like to do is that okay, anyway, we want to just go through the problem. And what was the problem? The problem was India my is country, India my is country, and here these two words my and is are arranged alphabetically because the length is exactly same. So for the same we have to do that. And how to do? Here we have to put another condition that if arrj dot length, if arrj dot length, that is arrj dot length matches with arrj plus 1 dot length, if it matches with this. So if these two match, if arrj dot length matches with arrj plus 1 dot length, then we have to arrange these two alphabetically. So in this we have to call another function, that is arrj dot compare to arrj plus 1 is more than 0. If this is the case, then we have to swap these elements again. So how to swap? This is how we are swapping this. Size is 4 and India my is country. So is my India country. So you can see that is and my both are swapped. Children, in this question I would like to make a small change. Here suppose the size of the array is already defined. Okay, we will see that in another video. We will see that because here we have followed the specification which is given in the question. So I hope you have understood, and in the next video we will be doing one question which is based on recursive function, in which we need to calculate the sum of a series. This is the question. But till now I hope this is okay, and I hope you have enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching.